Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel once again. You probably know who this guy is. He is the main man Sui, a huge Tekken content creator and a big face of the Tekken community on both YouTube and Twitch. Today I want to sort of use him as an example of why legacy Tekken players and people like the main man Sui can enjoy Tekken at its fullest, while we, casual players, cannot. I of course want to give him a huge shout out. He's a great content creator and a very lightweight person. You know, he's very funny. He just tries to enjoy the game and actually criticizes it also. So a big shout out to the main man Sui before we start the video. And I of course hope that he does not get bothered with how I'm gonna make this video and how I'm going to use, you know, his image to try and understand why it's hard to enjoy Tekken as a video game. So, why can someone like the main man Sui enjoy Tekken so much and play a lot of hours of Tekken, stream it, and have a great time? It is of course his job, but it is pretty obvious that he's having a good time while he plays the game. And that not may be the case for another profile player. So he has specific characteristics that basically make him the ideal subject to enjoy Tekken. And I'm gonna talk about that today and sort of compare it with who we are, you know, the casual and regular player of Tekken instead of the legacy player. So first, of course, he's the legacy player. What's that mean? That he's been playing Tekken for a long time. So he just understands the philosophy of design that is connected to the franchise, and he probably can't even predict what's gonna happen with the balance of the game and which way forward the developers are gonna take to make the game funnier, you know, or maybe more balanced. All of this means that, first, people like the main man are used to balance issues. Tekken has always been a very unbalanced game. And since he is a legacy player, he can, you know, shout to the company and say that the balance of the game is awful and criticize it, but he's gonna play the game anyway. Not only because he's a big content creator of the game, but also because he's used to having balance problems while he plays Tekken. We do not. We maybe enjoy other games, both traditional fighting games or arena fighters or, you know, individual single player games. And maybe we do not want that many balance issues within a game. I, for example, have been playing a lot of Street Fighter 6 because of Terry. And I've been having a blast with the character, and even though the character is not that good, it's probably, you know, mid-tier or low-high tier at best, it does feel like you can actually compete with him. In Tekken, sometimes things are not like that, and you actually feel that your character, it's awful in comparison to top-tier characters. So that's the first thing of why it has become so hard to enjoy Tekken. Because even though legacy players can keep playing the game because they're used to balance issues and they know the game with such deepness, we, the casual community of the game, do not. And we actually want a balanced game. And we do not want to stand the fact that there is such a high, you know, power level between only a handful of characters that can basically destroy your experience with the game online when you're not trying to become a pro of the game. After that, we have matchmaking problems or community behavior problems. Legacy players have always, you know, understand that this game is so hard that it causes a lot of stress and it moves people around some toxic behaviors both online and offline. There's a lot of examples of it. There's two that are very basic and that everyone that has tried to play Tekken casually understand. And that is, one, lag switchers, and two, the players that only do one-and-dones when you play online. You gotta understand that it is very easy to cheese someone on Tekken if you play a one-and-done, for example. Like, you just do crazy strings or whatever your character does. And if you're not an expert on the game, you're gonna lose because you're not going to be able to defend yourself. And then that person, you know, gets a win and leaves. And it's very hard to learn the game if you actually have that experience every time. And I gotta say that I haven't played Tekken in a while, but every time I play Tekken, at least half of my matches are one-and-dones. And it's insufferable. I cannot learn the game at a higher level unless I get, you know, offline opportunities or online opportunities that are, you know, long sets and stuff that you can get, for example, in a Discord community, but you should not need that to learn. Taking into account that this is a mainstream game, it's a big game, you know, a big IP. People like the main man can, again, go through that and ignore that type of behavior because they've been playing Tekken for such a long time that they have actually become, you know, sort of immune to these toxic behaviors that the Tekken player has when they play online. But again, we should not need to get used to this and basically say, okay, I know that it's gonna happen, I'm gonna play anyway. Because who forces us? And all of this becomes or goes to the biggest reason of why I think that enjoying Tekken is actually so hard. And that is because we as a casual community for the game have other options and we can play other games. Legacy players in Tekken and content creators that like the main man who basically move their channel around a game like Tekken, they're only gonna put Tekken as a priority. We do not need to do that. And if we do not play Tekken, or we do not specify Tekken 8 as our priority game, why would we go back to it? Since other games like Street Fighter 6, for example, give you such a better experience. Like, I never get one-on-duns on Street Fighter, almost never. I never get lag switchers. The people that I play with usually have a really like varied character selection. You know, I play against the whole roster. And when I play Tekken Online, I only play against King and Dragunov and Jin. So the other games can actually offer you a more engaging and fun experience than Tekken if you're not trying, you know, to be a super try-hard player. So why would you go back to Tekken? Because you're a legacy player. So again, it is not easy to enjoy this game. It is very hard, you know, to make a space for it on your like a gaming library, so to speak, if you're a casual player. And it has become so hard to enjoy this game that it's actually kind of insane. And finally, my last point is that Heihachi, for example, the new DLC, it's incredibly cool. It's great. It's an amazing addition. It's really well designed, polished, but it's not enough. Like a good DLC character, it's a great addition, but it's not going to fix the game for the casual player, and it's not going to change the experience. It's only going to give you, you know, 1 or 2 weeks of novelty with the character, so you can enjoy him and have fun, a great time, and then you're gonna go back to all the suffer all the experiences that you have when you play this game. And all of this takes us to my conclusion, and that is that we casual players are doomed to a struggle to enjoy Tekken. Because we are not legacy players, so we are not used to balance issues. We do not specify or choose Tekken necessarily as our primary game. And why should we, you know, put the effort to get used to all these things that are not good for us as consumers? At the same time, there is no need for us to develop resistance, for example, to the toxic behaviors of the community online, because we can just go and play a different game. And finally, why we as a casual community should trust the developers of the game that are going to try and make it more balanced if the development philosophy of Tekken 8 is not even connected to the idea of balance. Like, it is very clear that the devs of this game want it to be broken, and that's fine, it's okay. But that's, of course, maybe not going to attract a lot of new players and casual players. I just wanted to talk about this today because I feel like enjoy Tekken has become so hard for me that I wanted to, you know, express it and see that it probably resonates with the community around this game. My Kazuya guide, for example, for beginners has been a huge success for me as a small channel, and I really appreciate it, and I really thought, you know, I want to make more Tekken content, but it's so hard for me to go back to the game and actually have a good time with it. So I actually tried to record this video and express myself openly, and I just hope, you know, that we can enjoy this game even though we are not like super pros at it, because it is a great game in terms of gameplay. It's super fun, super, you know, intricate. It has amazing, you know, specific interactions, and it's very fun when it's fun, but getting to that fun, you know, to that experience is not easy, and it should be, because it's just a game. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy any traditional fighting game. Both Tekken, you know, Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, Fatal Fury, who's coming out next year. And I just hope that you have a great time with Tekken if you can, since it is a great game. And I hope that you actually can get to enjoy the game on an easier way than me. See you on the next one, and have an amazing day.
Bro, how do you wave that fast? Oh, you tried and your finger's about to snap off. Dude, I've been wave dashing for 20 years, you know. It's been a while. It would be kind of sad if I had a slow grandpa pace. Well, give it a few years when I'm like 45.